Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. This is episode number 10 of Rocking Florida Real Estate. Are you thinking about selling your home? I'm Jeff Meyer.
I'm Michelle Rain, and we're with Star One Realty Group. And today we are at Starkey Park, and we're featuring it on our Florida's Finest episode. And so what else is going on, Jeff?
What a fantastic week we had. I personally went out to 4 houses, listed 4 brand new gorgeous listings. I also put 4 houses under contract with Michelle's help, and Michelle closed 5 houses. You'll see those closings coming up in the next couple of minutes on the show. Michelle, tell us what else we're doing in this episode.
Okay, well, I'm going to do my final episode of my series, So You Want to Sell Your House, and this is on the final walkthrough, which is always...
And I got to tell you, if you missed any of these, you got to go back. Every week she did one, 4 in a row. This is number 5.
Yep, this is the 5th one.
They're great. They're great.
Also, Jeff, what's going to be coming up the week after is I'm going to do a series helping buyers when they want to buy a house. The best way to put a plan together, buy that house that they're looking for.
That sounds great. We're looking forward to that one too.
Also, you'll be able to see our new listings. Bruce and I are jamming with Kiss, and that concert was incredible. Kiss might not be your cup of tea, but I would definitely go see it if you get the chance, because the pyro, the fire, the swinging across, it's a great show.
Also, I'll be doing an open house today from 12 to 2 in the Estates. Basically, that's on the corner of Hudson and Little. The Estates is a gorgeous neighborhood. We've been selling houses in there for 15, 18 years. The house is on Diamond Ridge. It's a gorgeous 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, no rear neighbors on the cul-de-sac.
And you don't have to mow the grass there. That's always a plus.
You don't have to cut the grass there. And they got a gorgeous community center. Stop out and say hi. We'll be there from 12 to 2. Michelle?
And Jeff, don't forget that our episode that was on the American Dream that airs nationally, we're going to have that in today's show. And on there we have Diamond Ridge with open houses. And Danbury shows that it has an open house, but we've sold that one, so we won't have it as an open house. But we also don't want to forget our featured restaurant, which is the Deli Button in Hudson.
We love the Deli Button.
It's awesome, and so we're going to talk to Michelle and Melissa, the owners, when we go out there.
Okay, anything else you want to talk about for the...
Nope, I think we got it.
Okay, so a quick review. Listed 4, put 4 under contract. Michelle closed 5, all of them almost full price. Give us a call. Now let's watch the show. You ready to watch the show?
Let's watch the show.
Let's watch this week's episode. It's a great one. Thank you very much for watching.
everyone. Jeff and Michelle at 7820 Tallsman. This one closes this week.
It was previously listed with another realtor for 180 days. We picked up the listing, full price, 3 days on the market. Give us a call when you're ready to sell. We can do the same for you.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
We sold it on Whitby Lane. Buyers gave me a call on Saturday, showed them the house Saturday afternoon, wrote the contract with them on Sunday. We're closing this week. Give us a call. We can do the same thing for you.
Oh, my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my
Hi everyone, Jeff and Michelle at 8630 Briar Patch. We sold another one this week.
2 days, full price. The nice thing about it, we sold it to her about 2 years ago. When she was ready to sell, who did she call? Jeff and Michelle. Call us today.
Thank you.
world on fire. You set my world on fire. I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was
Hi everyone, this is Jeff and Michelle. Closed another one this week.
On the market less than 10 days, full price. Give us a call. Thank you.
great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is house number 5. We sold 5 houses this week. Michelle, tell them about it.
This is 8550 Corinthian. It's a lovely villa, and people are moving in tomorrow.
And we also just sold the one right across the street about 3 months ago.
Yep.
Give us a call. You can sell yours. Thank you.
You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile. What is it that you do?
Hi everyone, Michelle Rame, Star One, continuing my series called So You Want to Sell Your Home. Today we're going to talk about the last phase of the selling of your home called the final walkthrough. Now usually the final walkthrough is done either the day before or the day of close. I always like it to be the day of close because then they see the house how they're going to get it in a couple hours once they sign on the dotted line. But as far as the seller, homeowner, these are some things you need to prepare for on that day. First of all, on the day of close, your house should be completely packed and already in a truck or on its way to its new destination. It should be broom swept and wiped down because these are items that when the prospective buyer, new homeowner, goes to do their final walkthrough, they're going to expect. They're going to expect to walk in the house and be able to start unloading and putting their items in place. They're not going to expect to have to go in there and do a total cleaning of the place. They probably will, but it should be free of debris and junk laying places. So if you don't know what to do with it, then you need to get it in a garbage bag and, run it out to the dump or, that kind of thing. This should have all been going on before then. Most importantly on the walkthrough day is that your stuff is packed and out of the house. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes people show up and nowhere near. Usually what happens is the buyer, they won't close it until they know. Sometimes you packed all your stuff and you left a bunch of stuff back and it needs to be cleaned and they're not going to close. And only thing this is going to do is cost you money because they're going to pay to have to do what you needed to do. So without it being said, the day of close, the house needs to look like it's ready to be moved into and free of all the things that you have, because they're going to do the final walkthrough. After they're done doing their final walkthrough, they're going to probably head up to the closing, and that's where they're going to get with the closing agent, sign all the paperwork. You should have your keys all ready with the title agent, ready, any garage door openers, any fobs, anything that goes with the house needs to be left with the title agent or in a drawer in the house. So that way when they're there, they have everything they need to get started. The day of close should be just a piece of cake. Don't set it up for any kind of drama. There's no need for the seller to be there. But if you want to be there while they're there and show them how to turn on the water sprinkler system or how the pool works, then that would be fine too. But like I said, the last step of our series is the final walkthrough, and that is a very important day. You need to make sure you're all packed out of the house. The buyers come in, they fall in love with it again, they're going to make it their home, and you get to start your adventure. Hopefully this helps with the final day of final walkthrough, and this will conclude our series of So You Want to Sell Your House. Hopefully it wasn't too scary. It's really a simple business. It's just people buying houses that they want to bring their family to and share with their friends. So hopefully this makes your process simple, and we'll talk to you again. My next series is going to be So You Want to Buy a House. Talk to you soon. Hi everyone, this is Michelle Rame, Jeff Meyer, and we're on the American Dream. Today we have a featured home on Diamond Ridge, and Jeff, tell us a little bit about the house.
It's a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage located on a cul-de-sac, no rear neighbors. We're going to do an open house today from 12 to 2.
It has a beautiful master bedroom with a very tranquil master bath, garden tub, separate shower, just a great place to kick back and be quiet. Thank you everyone for looking at our house on Diamond Ridge. Now we're going to head over to Danbury to see the other home that we have open today.
We do our open houses 2 people because we have a lot of people come in. That way we can talk to everybody. This particular home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, just a little bit over 1,700 square feet. We're also in the beautiful community of the Estates. Stop by and see us today. We're going to be here today from 12 to 2.
Let's go over to the deli button with Michelle and Melissa and see what they got cooking.
It was an established business that I took over in 2012 from a woman named Tammy. She was the second owner, I was the third. Took it over from her. We've been booming ever since. Our Cubans are good. Our hot menu, our ratio used to be like 85-15, front to back, cold sandwiches to hot, and now it's probably about 65-35.
Thank you very much for having us over. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff and Michelle on the road. We were at My Deli Button, US 19 in Hudson. Stop by for a great sandwich anytime.
Thank you everyone for joining us on The American Dream. This is Michelle Rame.
I'm Jeff Meyer, and we'll see you next time on The American Dream.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's when we get a tip.
Hi everyone, lights, camera, action is what you found when you went to the concert we went to, and it was spectacular. So Bruce, who'd we go see?
We saw the best stage performing band in the history of the world, Kiss.
And it was crazy. Back in the day, I wasn't really so much a Kiss fan.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Kiss fan. A couple songs were good, but
their stage performance was spectacular. They had fire, and we were back pretty far, but we could feel the fire.
You could.
Stanley, he went across the audience and played, and it was just crazy. But it started off pretty cool too. Their opening act was a painter, and he just was like throwing paint on this huge canvas, and I thought
he was like a speed painter, and he actually did one of Kiss, all 4 members.
Right.
He also did John Lennon.
It was fast, and
Yeah.
it was just throwing paint up there, and I think they ended up donating those.
They
for
gave the
charity.
Kiss one away, and they sold the others in an auction for charity.
Yeah, for charity. So tell us a little bit about Kiss.
So Kiss actually started up in New York, 1973. The original band members were Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, who are still there. And then Gene Simmons is bass guitar, Paul Stanley is lead vocals, Ace Frehley, who is lead guitar, and then you also had Peter Criss, who is drums. And now Ace Frehley and Peter Criss have been replaced with Eric Singer on drums and Tommy Thayer on lead guitar.
And that drummer was incredible, and he just going, drumming so fast. Well, last week when we did our show, we talked about the channel side properties that are right within walking distance of Emily Arena. So today I'm going to focus on more of the Ybor historic and their surrounding areas.
Yep.
So, and I was very surprised by the prices. Some of them were little Florida houses from way back when. One was like $50, and then they went up to about $250 with an average market of about $175. Yep. But I mean, I was really surprised. You can, be close to downtown Tampa and still get a good house for
And what's cool with a lot of the Ybor ones, they're old cigar and cigar box factories and other factories from, I'm going to say, the early 1900s, and the interiors are still the brick walls, and some people that live in them said you could still smell the tobacco leaves and all, because they sat there or they had lines of people just sitting there rolling cigars for years.
And one of them was, I'm glad you brought that up, because one of them was in one of the factories, and it was called a loft, a factory loft. So if anybody wants to go see any of those,
Call me.
call me. Call our phone number, and one of our agents can take you to see one of those lovely homes right down there in downtown Tampa, because we do serve the greater Tampa Bay area.
So back to about Kiss, so I could go on forever. Like I said, their big hits were in the 70s, and I followed them. My brother followed them, had all the albums. I've got a couple now, but I wasn't really into Kiss. I wasn't part of the Kiss Army or anything, but man, from the time before they even hit the stage, I thought the place was going to burn down. I'm sure Tampa Fire Department was on alert, and I can only imagine how many truckloads of propane were used for the pyrotechnics. There was the opening, the opening act. The stage was basically on fire. You could feel it in our seats. They, Gene Simmons not only breathed fire, but of course spit blood. You had Tommy Thayer on the end of his guitar. It basically had like a rocket launcher, and he was shooting the targets up in the ceiling. They were basically part of their light show, but he was shooting them. It was like bottle rockets or M80s going off. The drummer's platform went at least 20 or 30 feet up in the air. Gene.
The strangest thing about all this, I mean, we're sounding, I was not frightened at all. It was not scary. It was just so cool.
It was awe.
It was definitely awe. And we called our son Zachary, and he couldn't believe it because he goes to those festivals all the time. And I said, hey, your festivals are pretty cool, but are they shooting fire like this? Other than that one he did go to, and they burned
the stage down.
Accidentally with their
but only in EDM.
Yeah. But the concert was just spectacular. Now, do you have any trivia today? Uh-oh.
I don't have trivia, but I was going to tell a little bit more about the concert because it was just amazing. You had Paul Stanley got on a hook, went basically down the length of the ice to another platform in the crowd and performed a few songs from there. Got back on the hook, went back to the stage, and the guitar, Gene Simmons and Tommy Thayer, they were on cranes and they were circling. I've got such great video of them circling. You know, good portion of the audience, sorry about that, I didn't mean to take you out there. And then they also had the guitar players also had platforms. They went up 20 or 30 feet, and it was just, we stood the entire night. It was about a 2-hour concert, and the great thing was, didn't even get tired standing for it because the crowd was so electric. And
they had those platform shoes on. The whole time I was thinking, oh my God, my feet would have been killing me. Back in the days, teaching school, we had to wear high heels like every day, and I was, oh my Lord, I was like, how are they doing all this with those platform shoes? But it was pretty.
You have a trivia question. I have notes that can become a trivia question.
Oh,
so
there you go. He got his little cheat sheet.
They had their, no cheating here. So they dressed up and they did the paint at the start of their career. It was their thing, like comic book characters. And then in the early 80s, they went away from it and they were just no paint, no costumes. And then in the 80s, the four broke up and Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley stayed. And
they've been together and friends for a long time.
The whole time.
They have, their families have some things in common. They were their parents were Holocaust
survivors. And they actually live, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons live about a mile or two apart right now. Then they went back in the 90s to their reunion tour and went back to the makeup, and they're still there, but they had comic book names. So what were their comic book names?
So what were some of the songs that everybody might want to look up on their Apple iTunes?
So probably my favorite song is Detroit Rock City.
And that's what they opened with.
Yep.
And that was...
And we use that as our Easter contest for the kids. And Lick It Up, Calling Dr. Love, Love Gun, you're seeing a trend here. I Was Made for Loving You, Rock and Roll All Night, Deuce, Shout It, Shout It, Shout It Out Loud.
And loud you are.
I'm very loud. Those are just some of the songs. They've sold over 100 million albums. It was... They called this the final tour ever, and it was the end of the road tour. And when we were talking to people before the show, this is actually their third final tour ever. They had one in 2000, and I believe one in the early 2000s also. So this one's going from 2019 to 2021. I think they're in Europe right now, but they're coming back to the U.S. next year. Go see it.
It would definitely be something to have on your bucket list that you had seen it, because, like I said, I was just in awe of the whole performance. And so, what are those answers to the trivia questions?
The comic book. So you think of Gene Simmons spitting blood and breathing fire. He was the demon.
Right.
He had Paul Stanley had the star over one of his eyes. I'm not sure which one. I guess I could see on my shirt. Well, actually over both. And he was the star child.
Right.
Ace Frehley, who was the other lead guitar player, and he was the spaceman or space child.
Right.
And Peter Criss on the drums had the whiskers and was the Catman.
Right, that's true.
And they still do the makeup just the same. And I don't know how long it takes to put it on, and that stuff stays on even when fire and blood comes out of Gene Simmons.
Because it's so hot. And so if you'd like to, learn some more about them, Dan Rather, wasn't it him? Yep,
Dan Rather did a Paul Stanley.
With Paul Stanley, and you would not even believe that he is the guy who's the lead singer, because he's so mild-mannered, but he likes to paint.
Yes.
And that's, I think, why they brought in that
painter.
The painter was like one of his favorite painters. So it seems like that's something like people do. We have presidents who are painters now, and musicians. There's a couple of musicians that have gone
that do paint. Yeah.
Do painting. So it must be relaxing and keeps the creativity going. So we hope that you enjoyed our show. And we're talking about KISS and the surrounding areas around Emily Arena, the Ybor, the Historic Center, and give that a shot. So we're having a lot of fun with our Rocking Florida Real Estate YouTube channel. So if you subscribe and hit the bell anytime we upload something, then you'll get notified. I do put our houses on there as we're getting them. That's something we're starting to do now, is put our houses on. So you'll get to see them maybe sometimes before they even hit the MLS.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Rockin'
Florida Real Estate. See ya.
Wow, Michelle, that was a great show, and I forgot to tell everybody, the open house I did last week, we had the buyer at the open house, so the seller only paid 3% commission, saved about $5,500, and the buyer paid almost full price. Stop out at our open houses. We're pretty good at it. Michelle, tell us what's going on.
Everyone, thanks for joining our show. Remember, you can see us on Rocking Florida Real Estate or jeffandmichelle.tv. Don't forget, if you subscribe and hit the bell, then whenever we put a new video out or our listings get put on, you'll be notified so you can see it that day and not have to wait till Sunday. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week on Rocking Florida Real Estate. Thanks, everybody.